Let's talk about something though that you come into office, and I think there's a perception I had that when they had a rape kit done, I watched like Law and Order SVU, and you follow these things in the paper with the real incidents that happen. You assume there's these rape kits when they happen, they get tested, and there's some database of a computer somewhere. I think a lot of people were shocked to find that they don't all get tested, and there's a huge backlog. You've taken that on as a personal thing in your office. So far, what's been the progress?
Well, I mean, when we came into office, we made clear our priorities. We want to protect victims, and we want to, stand for the rule of law. And so, one of the very first initiatives we announced was our Safe Kit initiative, which was to test, ultimately, all the backlog of all the untested sexual assault kits that are on the state. So the first thing we had to do with the grant money was find out what the landscape is, get an inventory. So the first phase of the grant was to get an inventory. We announced that about a month ago and discovered there are over 6,000 untested sexual assault kits across the state of Missouri. Now, sadly, there are a lot of other states in a similar position, but we want to be a leader on this. And really, our team is guided by the principle that if a victim comes forward, we want to honor that courage to make sure that a kit like that doesn't sit on the shelf untested for years in some evidence room. And so we've got the inventory done. The next phase is to have a tracking system. We already have a working group working on that. And then ultimately the testing, which we think we can move pretty expeditiously on. We've got funding to test.
What is that backlog? What was the backlog when you took this on?
Well, that's what we wanted to determine. And so that's where we got over 6,000 untested kits. So we're going to begin. We've got funding to test about 1,250 of those right away, and we'll be beginning with that shortly, and then also seek more funding to make sure we test all the kits that could be tested. So.